Hello, it's Lindsay Bell. I'm usually in the Danny in Real Life videos, but today I'm here doing things with Lindsay Bell. Today's thing is getting ready with me. I've had a lot of inquiries and questions about my skincare, what I do with my hair, what I do with my makeup. So just to give you guys a little insight into my daily life, I am here to show you. First things first, skincare. That is the basis to everything. Skincare to me is more important than makeup. In an ideal world, you would just add makeup for fun. You wouldn't have to do it on an everyday basis. However, I'm not there yet. As you guys can see, I am completely clean-faced now. I start out my day every day with my Clarisonic. This has literally changed my life. I cannot tell you how much I love this little device. I've had it since April, I believe, and you can tell, you can definitely see the difference in the videos. If you watch our first vlogs up through Christmas, you can see that I was still having breakouts, still having issues with my skin. I've had probably 3 zits since I started using it. I'm not even kidding you. There are other options to the Clarisonic. I got that because I read so many amazing reviews about it and heard so many awesome things from people. There is the Foreo, which is a little bit more expensive, but you don't ever have to do the interchangeable little brush head. For the Clarisonic, you have to change those every 3 months, and that can get expensive. The Foreo, although it's more expensive than the Clarisonic up front, you never have to change anything, and it's actually probably a little bit cleaner. I'd definitely be interested in trying the Foreo. Maybe I'll get that next time when my Clarisonic poops out. I have acne-prone skin. I grew up with acne. I actually still have scars on my face. I think you guys can see them from where I was younger, and that kind of still, I don't think people notice very often, but they're there. I notice them. So I take precautions to try and cover those up. The cleanser that I use with my Clarisonic is called Purity by Philosophy. It's just simple and plain. It doesn't dry my skin out. Next up, a very important part to my day, I add a little bit of moisturizer, but it has a sunscreen in it. Skin cancer runs in my family so much that putting on sunscreen every day is super important. There was a woman that I met once and she looked so young, and granted she probably had had some work done, and she attributed her great skin to using oil of Olay every day for the last like 15 years of her life. So I figure if anything, I'll just do that and hopefully look like her when I'm older. Hey, Meeser. Meeser's barking in the background. Jeez, can't get a quiet moment around here. Okay, so next up, we'll start with my makeup. As a base, I use Laura Mercier Cream Foundation. I love this. I religiously use her tinted moisturizer in the winter, but for the summer, I switched to something that has a little more coverage just because I get really oily with my oily skin. And to put it on, I use a foundation brush. This way I don't have to use my dirty fingers and get them all over my face. And you use a lot less product because you can spread it around easier. I'd be sure, just because this is a little bit darker than my actual skin tone, to get my whole face blended all the way out and some down my neck. The rest of my body is tanner than my face because I put self-tanner on my body and then also crazy sunscreen on my face every day. I have to make my face kind of match, because you still want to look tan. Well, there's a lot of girls out there that look like really good with just like their porcelain skin tone, but I'm not one of them. I like turn green the paler I get because I kind of have like an olive tone to my skin. And then I always put foundation around my eyes. I don't wear a lot of eyeshadow, but if I were to, having the foundation helps set it and keep it in place. Like I said, I'm super oily, so things will literally just run off if I don't have something setting it. I also don't do my forehead. I don't even want to show you guys this, but I have like these little wrinkles showing up on my forehead from going like this because I'm just so like, hey guys, what's up? I'm always doing that. So I usually skip my forehead and just do the rest of my skin tone, even it out, and then put a little bronzer up there to make it more tan. Next up is a pretty important part for me. One of the reasons that I put on makeup at all is to cover up the dark circles underneath my eyes. I feel like they're not awful, they're not the worst ever, but they're also not very good. So I just try and brighten up my face a little bit. I've kind of got a technique down that I feel like helps lift my cheekbones too. If you do it kind of in a triangle shape and then just fill it in. Then you see how like it brightens up this side and this side's kind of like still dark and dreary. But instead of putting it right across and making like a defined line, you kind of spread out the brightening and it helps like lift you up. See? Like, hopefully you can see the difference. I feel like I can. My concealer that I use is Hourglass. I found that it's one of the only ones that doesn't get kind of stuck in the creases and cause me to look like puffy-eyed, because I feel like right here is kind of puffy on me. To set everything, I use just Neutrogena powder. I don't go crazy with it. I kind of just do my T-zone, like my nose, cheeks, chin, and then a little bit on my forehead, and then just kind of blend it all. I just started doing contouring this year. I still don't consider myself an expert in it. I just do a little bit. I know you're supposed to have a bright line down your nose, but I can never get that right. So I just do a little bronzer on each side, on my chin, on my forehead to kind of layer out where I didn't put a lot of makeup. And then this is like the crazy part. You're supposed to make this to help lift your cheekbone. You do like a little contour there and here. And then I always do my neck too. To try and get all of it to blend my chin up to my face. For bronzer, I just also use Neutrogena Healthy Skin. I don't even know how to say this lady's name. Sonia Kashik. I have a lot of her stuff, especially a lot of her brushes. This is her blush. I just do a little on my cheeks to brighten me up and look sun-kissed. All right, next up I'm gonna do my eyes. The first thing that I start with on my face, I always fill in my eyebrows a little bit. It makes you look younger. It makes your face look complete. It's just kind of an important part of it. They're kind of undefined. They're not like Danny's. Danny has like blonde eyebrows. I filled his in once on the vlog. So funny. If you go back to the one where I did his makeup, if you haven't seen it, you should go check it out because it's hilarious what he looks like with eyebrows. But mine, I just fill them in a little bit. So kind of start at the edge. I don't do anything crazy, but you see how this one, it's kind of blotchy, and now this one's filled in. And now I come along this side and just kind of sweep it over, just so that there's a little bit more to them. This is an Anastasia of Beverly Hills pencil. I'm kind of obsessed with it, just how easy it goes on and how hard it is to like mess it up. And you kind of just go back over, comb it out. Ta-da! See a little bit of a difference? Nothing too crazy. Kind of got to make sure they're even. Nothing like walking around with like one eyebrow that looks right and one that looks wrong. And ta-da! I have eyebrows. I'm kind of obsessed with liquid liner on my eyes. This one, I don't even know what this is. Just L'Oreal liquid liner. It's the one I use all the time. This is the hardest part of doing my makeup though, because my eyes are two different shaped. I'm not symmetrical, just like the rest of the world pretty much isn't symmetrical. People who are symmetrical are like Kate Moss, Cara Delevingne, it's like about it. But I am definitely not symmetrical, so my goal is to try and make my eyes look similar. This one's a little bit more round, this one's a little bit more almond. I don't know why. I always like this one more because I want to look more exotic. I want to be like Egyptian princess. I want to look like Cleopatra. She had the nose just like me. We both rock it. That's what I think anyways. I always do a little bit of a cat eye. It's kind of my everyday go-to. Last but not least, my guilty pleasure, my Chanel mascara. Adriana Lima once said that she doesn't want to cry because her mascara is too expensive, and that's absolutely how I feel about this. But this just finishes everything off perfectly. I finish it off, just a little bit of chapstick. And that is my day face look. I'll definitely have to do another video soon where I do more of a night look and I put on some eyeshadow and make a little bit more of a smoky eye. But for my day-to-day, this is what I wear for the vlogs. I just went and did my hair really quick. If you want to see how I do that, you can go check out my mermaid hair video right here. I'll put the link for you so you can go see it if you want. Just a little more backstory to go along with that video. I use a wand. It's not a circle wand. It is like an oval wand. I don't know. It's a Remington, 20 bucks at Target. Seriously, best hair purchase I've ever made. And the only other thing I've kind of added to my hair routine to help out a little bit is wax. This is Aussie Men texturizing wax. And wax sounds kind of crazy, especially since I tell you guys, I've told you like 4 times how oily I am, but my hairdresser said that any wax will do, and just put it in and help pull those little like flyaways and kind of helps hide them. How cool is that? That's the only kind of new thing that I've added to my hair. But other than that, that is my daily look. Usually from there, I'll add a romper. And that's my day. So hopefully that helped you guys. If you have any more questions, put them in the comments. I'll try and respond. Or if not, you can tweet me at Lindsay Bell. You can comment on my Instagram pictures at Lindsay Bell Bell. Or come out and see me on Warped Tour this year. I'll be in California for all of the California dates. I'll also be in Vegas and Portland and Seattle and New York City, and then all of the Florida dates. Hopefully I get to meet you guys in person this summer. All right, you guys, thank you so much for watching. Keep checking out the vlogs. And as always, thanks so much for being a part of it. All right, see you guys soon. Bye.